with us, and we're going to make this thing on the pop with New Orleans Talk Network, with real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity in life, man.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Pooga Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, Oldie but Goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on a golf course that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh yeah, we live, dude. We in here. New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
Now we opened the show last week with the music, and then partially muted us. Smart man. We gotta learn from our mistakes. Welcome everybody. Welcome to FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. This is your boy Fred.
G Sports in the building, man. What's good?
Coach Hurricane Head.
Man, y'all already know what time it is. It's time to talk sports, man. It's time for you as a fan. If you ready to talk conversation about sports, you've been waiting all week long, this is the show. We got a hot show for you guys tonight, man. A very, very hot show, man. We got a young man down here, Jefferson Parish. Well, Jeff gonna be on the line with us. Mr. Gregory Brooks, big time recruit. We will have him on the line sometime. I'm sure a lot of people have been looking forward to us talking with him, you know, and having a conversation. We'll be having a conversation with him shortly, but y'all know what I have to do before we get started. I always give a shout out to the military, armed forces, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, first responders, local police department, local fire department. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, you know, for what y'all do and the services y'all provide for us as citizens, American citizens. Thank you so much. I also follow New Orleans Talk Network on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at NOTN Talk on Instagram and on Twitter, and follow them on Facebook at New Orleans Talk Network. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram too, at FanView NOLA if you're on Twitter, and if you're on Instagram, follow us at FanView Live. But listen, to further ado, we got the young man on the line, Mr. Greg Brooks. Mr. Greg, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Turn the volume up.
Hey, Mr. Producer, can we get a little volume?
Can you get a little volume?
Wait, huh?
All right, there we go.
There we go.
Hear you good now.
Hear you good now.
Yes, sir.
There he is. Listen, for people who don't know, this is the young man out here out of West, Jeff Gregory Brooks, a highly rated recruit, you know, right here down here in Louisiana, going to Mississippi State, big time player, senior right down here in Jefferson Parish. Great. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, you know, how you've been introduced to football, and tell everybody who's watching this show a little bit about yourself.
First off, you know, I'm going to be a senior this year. I was introduced to football at a very young age. I was the age of 5. I played park ball until I was 8 years old, and then I just quit football until I was 14.
Wow.
I started playing again my freshman year, and things just worked out for me.
What park ball you played for?
Cherrytown.
See, that's why you quit. That's why you quit. See, if you were playing that part or Kennedy Heights, you would have kept on rolling, baby. but man, look, man, the way you, for some of the guys out of state who didn't know nothing about you, the way you just explode on the scene, man. Tell us how important the camp circuit was to you, because a lot of guys, you know, especially in high school now, they wave on the camp circuit. They either say, you know, most of them can't afford it, and some just don't trust it. But the camp circuit, like, was one of the things that helped boost you up there. So, you know, what was tell some of your peers and some of the other guys that's, you know, younger than you, that's, you know, that's coming up behind you, the importance of hitting these camps to expose yourself.
Yeah, you know, those camps really important. It helped me a lot because I was at Arts of the Show and I was, you know, real small school. Name wasn't really out there, and those camps just help get your name out there and get your status up.
Most definitely.
Greg, man, I heard you say you started playing when you at the age of 5.
Yeah.
So
yes,
what happened from the age of 5 where you quit, and then you started playing again when you was 14? Like, what happened in between that time?
I was playing baseball. I was like a baseball star.
Okay. So your dream was to be a baseball player at that time.
Yeah, from second grade to 8th grade, I always wanted to be a baseball player.
That's odd. We don't really hear that from a lot of kids at a young age wanting to go out here and play baseball.
Right.
You know, you hear football, you hear basketball, but baseball is one of the uncommon, you know, sports that people don't hear. Greg, I have a question for you, man. You know, as a DB, you know, you're at West Jeff, you're going to senior. What DB that you watch maybe at the pro level or at the collegiate level you think, you know, you want to model your game behind?
Tom Matthews.
That Badger.
Yes, sir. That's one right there watching movies.
Have you ever had any interaction with Tyron at any point in your career?
I was on FaceTime with him one time. That was last summer. But besides that, no.
Well, I got a question for you. It's one of those just a general question that, you know, a lot of people hear when a top talented guy chooses an out-of-state school. But then you look at Mississippi State in the past, you know, like just look at the past couple of years, man. They got Ketone. They got WAP. They got Cam Dancer out of from the North Shore.
They got Sean Preston Jr.
Sean Preston from the River Parish. What is it that Mississippi State is doing recruiting wise that is making it feel like home, like home way up there in Starkville? Because from the West Bank to Starkville, you talking about like a 5-6 hour drive. You know, so what is it putting you comfortable enough to say, you know what, this is where I want to spend the next 3-4 years, you know, after high school, and making your family feel comfortable up there?
You know, they really they tell us how it is. You know, they tell us that Louisiana is another home state for them, basically. This is like Mississippi for them. So they try to go find the top guys out of there, and they get them. I mean, look at the past recruits that they have. And I talked to them before I made the decision. He said the best thing they ever did.
That's a good way to look at it, man. So you approached it like a business decision, whether just, you know, saying, all right, I'm gonna go commit and let the chips fall where they may.
Yep. That's how it was.
Now, Greg, man, I noticed that you Greg Brooks Jr., but you don't like going by that for some reason. We all know your daddy played in the NFL, played with the Cincinnati Bengals, had a good career at Southern Miss. Why is it that you want to kind of not that you're not proud of what your dad did and what he accomplished, but why is it that you're trying to start your own legacy and you don't want to be named looked at as Greg Brooks Jr.?
Basically because, you know, I just want to be better than my dad. Ooh. That's all it really is. I just want to be better than what he did and how far he went.
Wow.
How your dad feels about that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You stole my question.
We're trying to untake your name. How your dad feel about that?
Yeah, he cool with that. We talk about it all the time.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, as a dad, I'd have felt some type of way. I ain't gonna lie. That was my like, how your dad feel about this, man? I'm a father, man. You know, man. Well, listen, man, I got a big question for you. You know, you're one of the popular DBs in the state, you know, coming up right now. This year, your senior year, what's the mark you want to leave here at West Jeff? Like, what the best for your game? What is that you want to accomplish this year out of West Jeff this year?
One of the best to ever come out of West Jeff. The best to come out of West Jeff, actually.
Ooh. Well, it's not that tough now.
Oh.
It's not that tough now. You know, West Jeff ain't got no historic, you know what I'm saying? Favorite. That's it.
Yeah,
Favorite Freeway. That's it. You know, it's not that tough. But like, you know, speaking on the prep level, man, what game you got circling this season? Like you Harville. Ooh!
You said that pretty quick.
You gonna say so you looking forward to line up against Jaquan Jackson?
Whole game, falling him, slide everywhere. Outside, falling the whole game.
How many catches he gonna get?
He gonna get 0 catches.
Ooh, yeah.
So the only way he getting the ball if he in the back still.
You know, Jaquan did the show, right?
So I'm assuming when you found out that they had the quarterback from Vanderbilt Catholic transferred in, and you knew he was going to receiver.
It made me happy. Because he had actually had texted me as soon as it happened.
Come on, man.
So this has been starting. So this something you've been licking your chops for since this whole summer. This is what you've been training for.
Yep.
I mean, y'all played on the bootleggers together. So I mean, what kind of
competitive matchup? You know, we just gonna get each other better.
Now I think Tyrus Gayden might have something to say about it. I think he might want a little piece of Quan too, though.
Oh, Tyrus at safety.
Oh, y'all made a little adjustment this year.
Little flip.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He said Hornville. That's the quickest answer he had all night.
I thought you was gonna say what Higgins or Eric.
Oh no, Hornville.
Hold on. Don't say oh no about Higgins like that, baby. Hold on. You got 2 proud Higgins alums up here. Now, granted that we ain't been in the program since we left.
It's been about 15 years,
but hey, you know what I'm saying? West Jeff wasn't winning nothing now when we was there. Let's just keep it real.
I like how he said Hornville, though. He knows that, you know, they're going to be targeted. They're going to be a team that's targeted. You know, Puka not there this year. And Jaquan, you know, you got the quarterback coming in, you know. They're going to be targeted. I like how he said that. That's a competitor.
Now, question I have for you. With the rich talent that this 2019 class has in the state alone, where do you see yourself ranked, you know, like take the numbers away, like where do you see yourself fitting in all this? Because, you know, you said you got some top, and like at your position alone, you got Stingley, you got Kennenbrew, you know what I'm saying, you got you, Bush, you know, just at your position alone, but then, you know, you look at, you know, I was projecting more of safety. You know, just, you know, where do you see yourself fitting in with, you know, with the Lees, the Sopshas, you know, the Bushes, you know, just in this dominant recruiting class in the state?
You know, every kid should have his mindset. They feel that's at the top, but you know, this is a deep, well-rounded class, and we all have a lot of talent. You know, I feel like I fit right in with all these boys.
Now, you know, just talking to some of the in-state schools and surrounding schools that surround the state that you got some big-time offers from. You know, a lot of people saying, even though you committed to Mississippi State, they're not gonna start recruiting you.
Right.
Kind of just talk about, you know, how are you gonna handle that process going forward, especially with the early signing period, and you know, with schools trying to flip you from Mississippi State. I mean, just talk about how you gonna handle that process going forward, and are you gonna take any official visits?
Yes, I'm gonna take my other official visits and just enjoy the process and just see what happens from there. That's what my dad told me to do.
What about grandmama?
She told me it's all up to me.
Come on, man.
You know, she probably listening right now.
Hey, you know she gonna get on you by any little thing you say. You know that.
Yep, I already knew.
Man, but talk a little bit about Mississippi. Talk about, maybe your visit there. What made you think, obviously they had a head coaching change, Dan Mullen, decides to take the job over at Florida. So tell me a little bit about your recruiting process. So a lot of people don't understand what the new recruiting process is. It's a whole lot different than it was back when we was coming up.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what you went through as a recruit and kind of with the recruiting process and kind of what's your perspective of it at being recruited.
Well, you talking about from Mississippi State?
Yeah, from Mississippi State.
All right. So when I originally wanted to commit in about April when I first went on a visit when they had first off. But I had talked to my dad and he told me to wait it out. And then we moved back up there in June, and he saw that everybody else was committing and they're losing spots, so I had to take advantage of it. Pretty trigger.
Now, outside, one of the questions I love to ask our high school recruits, because, I'm a high school coach as well, and it's one of the things I still into my players. What are you planning on majoring? Like, what's your fallback plan? What do you see yourself if football doesn't work out for you? Which we all hope and pray that it does. Right. But it's a violent sport that we play. Everybody's always one play away from not lacing them up again. So what's your fallback plan?
Either business management or criminal justice.
Hey, I don't know. Greg Brooks Jr., Esquire got a nice little ring to it, baby. I got a little couple tickets out there.
Do you plan on pledging?
No, I'm light skinned.
Hold on, my brother. As a member of the light skinned community, and as a member of that pledge as well.
Wait to go to that campus.
I'm telling you, man.
Gee, them campus gonna seduce it.
Especially going to Mississippi State. Sigma is where it's at for you, bro.
There you go. You recruit.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. Brooks. Look, you step on campus. You decide that blue is the way, which is the only way. You know what I'm saying? I got your letter of recommendation right there. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Recruiting already.
Man, look, this is what you got to do, baby. You got to sweeten the pot.
Now, Greg, man, just watching you, I remember when you was at Shaw your 10th grade year, and I noticed you instantly as a 10th grader, man, and how impactful you was as a 10th grader. I knew right away that you was going to be a big-time recruit. What you're doing right now is not surprising me at all. I mean, we've had a couple of talks about what you've been doing over the past few years, but, I noticed that you, Devin Bush, Donald Clay, Chester Kimbrough, Jordan Clark, all those guys, y'all got a pretty close brotherhood. And just kind of talk about, with all y'all being friends. I know some of y'all trained together at GLS with Gary Scheffner. Shout out to him and what he doing with you guys, not only in New Orleans, but kids outside of New Orleans. But just talk about y'all relationship, man, and how all of y'all kind of like coincide with what's going on with recruiting and how y'all handling this process together.
We all work out together. We try to push each other to get better each and every day. Like me and Donald, we work out every day. Also, Tyrus, we work out every day with each other. We all got the same goal, so we gotta all be friends. Ain't no time for beef or nothing like that.
Right. Did y'all picture, like when y'all started high school, y'all 9th grade year, did y'all all really think that y'all were gonna be where y'all at today? All of y'all got 20 plus offers.
I definitely didn't think that.
Wow.
So your 9th grade, you was like, you just hope you get.
Yeah, I was just playing to play.
So let me ask you this then, because Shaw is like not only a culture, different culture and different playing style at West Jeff. What was the biggest difference as you as a player coming from Shaw to playing at West Jeff? Because when I was in school, we had the coach Hank Tierney got fired at Shaw. It was a big scandal. So there was a lot of guys that was already from Marrero that transferred to Higgins, like a Clifford Harris, Justin Jackson, Rashad Fleming, and like it was that first game in that Hurricane uniform was like just like surreal to them. Even the first practice was like, because it was a totally different than what they did at Shaw. So what about you? What was the difference from lacing up in that white and green to putting on that Buccaneer?
It was real different. Just from like the kids around. Shaw, nobody really talks smack, stuff like that. It's like small things like you wouldn't think about. The kids, the atmosphere different, all that.
Ooh. Now Jaquan Jackson say week 1.
Oh Lord, week 1.
Lord, with the eyes, with the eyes, with the eyes.
He got 4 sets of them. 5. I can't count that fast.
Savage. Ooh, it's going down.
Now, he said he want all the smoke.
Now, one of our viewers said, his name is Terrence Moore. He asked, "What age did you realize that you could be big time? When you realized it, when did you realize you could play at the next level?"
The spring going into my 10th grade year.
What happened? Like
so 2016.
We was at practice, and the college coaches started coming. They were asking who I was, and from there I just took it off. I was like, I got to do this, and I started working hard.
How much has GLS helped you in your developmental process?
Good question.
Oh, it helped me a lot. I've been doing that since 8th grade, even when I was just playing baseball.
Wow.
It helped me a lot.
Wow.
I know. Mr. Gary gonna be elated to hear you say them kind of things, man. Hopefully, give you a little discount on his price.
To piggyback off of G question, how much do you put in work outside of practice? Because a lot of guys don't.
Every day.
Okay, so you had so your regimen, GLS, then some drill work on your own, then practice, then some more work afterwards.
Yeah, it's so I leave practice at 11 a.m. I'll probably go home, eat, I'll work out from about 2 to 4, then I'll go into GLS at 8 and do a DB session with Coach Cox.
So you non-stop grinding every day.
Yes, sir.
Man, I want
work easy work, baby.
I want to know.
Like Florida say, baby.
I want to know your body or your body percent fat. Because I mean, dog. No Michael Sam, but you know what I'm saying. Your body look like it's in tip top shape, man. I mean, a lot of kids you could tell, they lifting, they putting it in, but it's certain kids like you, Stingley. Y'all bodies like come to mind.
Stingley body looked like it had like a less than 2% body fat.
You ever seen Gregory Brooks with his shirt on?
I've seen him. No homo.
Yeah. No Michael Sam. I'm just saying, like I look at those kind of things to be able to, tell like how you gonna translate to the next level, and you gonna be a red shirt freshman, or you gonna be able to come in and play as a freshman immediately.
Right.
And I just could tell off the top
the body
by how his body structured that he gonna have a great chance to play as a true freshman. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna have to do too much to be able to get his body right going into his freshman year at Mississippi State. But just talk about that grind, man, and being able to, still want to be a kid, still be able to have them girls and go party and have fun with your friends, but still put that work in.
Right.
Wait, what did you say? I'm getting ready for practice right now. What did you say?
I said, man, just talk about putting that grind in every day, but still being able to be a kid and live your life, man, and have the girls and party with your friends and things like that.
It's really easier than what people expect. You just got to make time for certain things and do what you got to do. It's easier than what people really think it is.
Man, great.
That's the first time I heard a young man say that.
Man, Greg, don't be shy, man. Tell them what it is, man. It's because you light-skinned, brother. ain't no trying with the girls. You the life of the party because you light-skinned, man. Keep it real, baby. Keep it funky.
It's easy, easy. It come easy.
Easy work. Like Florida say, hard work, easy work.
One of my last questions I want to ask you, man. I know Keenan Lewis, the former New Orleans Saint, coached you for what, 1 year or 2?
1.
1 year. In that 1 year, just kind of talk about, some things that you learned from him in that 1 year at West Jeff.
He helped me a lot. I still talk to Keenan almost every day now. He helped me a real lot. I learned a lot of things that I didn't know, and he just helped me become a better person.
Is
Player.
it some things that your dad tried to teach you and instill in you versus what Keenan?
Oh, well, I could be 100% honest. I never did a football drill with my dad.
Wow. Why, man? That's the cheat sheet. That's like walking into biology class. The teacher walk out and he got all the answers on the board, and you don't look at the board.
We talk about football, but I never did like a one-on-one drill with my dad.
Wow. Is that on purpose or y'all just never had a chance? I mean,
yeah, it's on purpose. It's on purpose.
The man say he didn't want to be junior. The man said he wanted to buy his own room.
All right. I got you.
Now, my question for you, outside of Jaquan, if in a perfect world, who would you want to line up with and show that you can shut him down? In this state.
Probably Trey Palmer.
All right.
Just committed to LSU.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna be seeing each other for 4 years, baby. 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. Well, listen, I got one last question for you, man. You know, you're going to college, man. You know, you're going to Mississippi State next year. As a player, you know, I think every kid probably looks at a guy. If you ever make it, you know, to the pro level, you know, what guy you think, you know what, you want to line up against? What would be an honor for you to line up? So you know what, if I make it to this level, what guy? Odell.
Louisiana on Louisiana, baby.
Odell. Line up.
Oh boy.
Have you ever had a conversation with Odell?
No, I have never.
Okay. Well, man, look, we know y'all there at Nichols, man. You in my hometown, matter of fact, down in the Tri-Paris, man. I know you down there at Nichols, man. Y'all at camp, y'all getting it in. My last question for you before we let you go, man, and go get it in, get that grind in. What are you looking to accomplish during camp, and what are you looking to get better at before the season starts?
Become a better vocal leader, you know, just help my team get better and compete every day.
That is.
Hey, man, look. I wish you good luck. I wish you an injury-free season. You know, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all make some noise, you know, on the route to Portraits, baby.
Yes, sir. You know it. Thank you.
Greg,
I just heard it.
Hey, we got to have you back on the show before the season over, too.
All right, that's bet.
All right, man.
Listen, there it is, y'all.
Mr. Greg Brooks Jr.
Greg Brooks Jr.
Man, I don't even know him as Junior.
Greg Brooks.
Hey, I got
Don't delete the JR.
Hey, his dad named him Junior. I gotta call him Junior. Straight up.
He getting his own attention.
The baby get his
He
own
want his own legacy. Listen, man, that's Greg Brooks Jr. You know, that's the West Jeff DB, Mississippi State commit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Injury-free season. Jaquan. Week 1.
Quan put the eyes. Week 1 with the eyes.
So pretty much, I'm about to put somebody on the spot. So G Sports, when you gonna be at week 1?
Week 1.
Week 1, it's still up in the air, man. I got a lot of different games I'm trying to sort out.
Jaquan put up the eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of different games I got to sort out and see where I'm gonna be, bro. I don't know
River
yet.
Parish right next to the Tribe.
I don't know yet.
You've been following Greg Brooks since he was a freshman.
I don't know yet.
Following Jaquan since a freshman.
You're right. I gotta see.
Jaquan got a new toy.
I gotta see. It's gonna be a hell of a matchup. Jaquan Jackson is one of the best route runners, arguably one of the best route runners in the state. And Greg is one of the most technically sound DBs in the state. It's going to be a hell of a matchup. I just can't wait to see it. But I think that with Jaquan having that rifle throwing quarterback, Andrew Roberson throwing the ball, I think he's going to have that advantage. Because when you got a quarterback that can throw the ball and put it in any spot, I mean, you got an advantage. So we're going to see how it's going to play out. I mean, I can't wait to see if I'm there. I can't wait to see it unfold.
Now, before we take our quick break, I just want to ask you this question real quick. Now, we know Stingley is the cream of the crop. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no flaws what he does.
Right.
You know. Next backs, who you picking? And it's a nice list. It's a nice list.
It's hard to pick between.
Because to me, Brooks is number 4. Mm-hmm. And that's not no knock against his talent.
It's on Savages.
Yeah.
Bush is I love Bush. Mm-hmm. I think if Bush had Stingley height, Bush will be the next 5-star cornerback. Mm-hmm. And Kennebrew, I love his dog. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the dog factor over those two. Like if I'm going in a dog fight, No, I want Kendrick because like he pressing, he physical with the hands. To me, then comes Brooks, and then the fifth cornerback is somebody that nobody knows about unless you at our program all the time. And I'm not just saying it because I coach a kid, but Jadarius Jackson. He's gonna be one of those late bloomers that nobody knows.
One of my favorite DBs in the state.
And height, speed, dog, he got it all.
Right.
So that's just.
I mean, it's hard. It's so tough to pick between these corners, man. Like I say, we know Stingley is the cream of the crop at 1. If I had to pick, I would probably go with Devin Bush at 2. Chester Kimbrough it's hard to pick against him at number 2 because I really want to pick him at number 2. But Devin is just, with the size.
He got more balls. Devin got more ball skills.
He just got all the tools that, like, if you're making your cornerback in high school or college, you're looking at Devin Bush.
Right.
And, with them thick quads and stuff like that, and just coming from that program, too. Right. That plays a big difference. Getting coached by the DB coach, Jared Jones, but Chester is not that far behind. And then you got people like Jordan Clark and Greg Brooks and those guys. It is a tough pick when you trying to rank these kids for the best corners in the state. But Greg Brooks is right up there with all of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. For technically sound, I would say he's in my opinion, he's the most technically sound cornerback, even with Stingley, out of all the corners in the state. Now he might not have the attributes and the
everything else to
go. Right.
Yeah, and everything else to go.
Technique is a different thing.
Even with Stingley,
right.
But I gotta go with Greg Brooks. Is the most technically sound corner in the state, and his body is incredible too.
No Michael Sam.
No Michael Sam.
Well, listen, we gotta take our quick break. Listen, we don't go nowhere. When we come back, we talking Ohio State.
Irma, you on deck, boy?
You on deck.
You on deck, boy. On deck, partner.
Don't go to FanView. Real Fans Talk Sports.
Y'all chime in, man. It's gonna be an interesting topic.
Perfect, man. Perfect way to start the show.
Yeah, you heard that horn.
I know, from just blowing it for the past 3 days, I know what it means. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
Listen, this is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30, with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBS. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We always live. Let's go.
Oh, man. Well, everybody, this is Big Homie here, where you can catch me out on Facebook at Henry HeyOU Singleton, or you can catch me on Twitter at HeyOU15, babe.
Yeah, you know me, just a people person right here. I ain't got no Twitter, nothing like that, so you can look me up on Facebook at Patrick Slim Goody Jones.
It's your boy, Fred. Look, you can check me out on Twitter at BFredJones, baby.
Yeah, this is G with G Sports, man. You catch me on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. Money.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network.
Whatever.
He put Jaquan committed picture right after.
It was a savage. He put your pot. Jaquan committed picture on
right after it, baby. Yeah, buddy.
What? Where I don't see it?
It came with the commercial.
Commercials.
Right up to the show.
But there's a savage. Savage in the background. You heard? Listen, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Listen, again, don't forget to follow New Orleans Talk Network on www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Again, on Instagram, Twitter, NoTalk. Don't forget to follow us on FanView Live on Facebook, FanView Live on Instagram, FanView NOLA on Twitter. Follow my man G Sports. Trust me, if you're looking to hear anything about high school basketball, football, anything collegiate, anything college sports, it's the man right here. All the videos, all the coverage, man right here. But listen, we got a lot to talk about. Urban Meyer.
You on deck, partner.
On deck.
Urban Meyer, you on deck, partner.
Look here, partner. You fucked up.
There it is.
Straight up.
There it is.
Allegedly.
Man, look here.
Allegedly.
Hey,
the facts are not all out.
Hey, I'm about to
be. The facts are not all the way out.
Look, G, I'm about to be like my mama's favorite soap opera when I was growing up, when it was time for my ass to go to sleep at night.
As the world turn?
Madlock, baby.
Madlock.
I'm about to be Madlock in this thing. Look here, first of all, the man got arrested for the alleged thing that he got fired for in 2009 when he was with you at the University of Florida. Then he gets in trouble again twice before you fire him.
Right.
Twice before you fired him at Ohio State. Then you wasn't the one to fire him. The AD had to step in and say enough is enough, and he fired him. Then you went out not once, but twice against an investigative reporter who had all the heat, and you called him out.
Right.
You said you lied. You call him every day.
Who creates a story like this?
Yes. And this man, he got the smoke. He got the smoke. He got the text message between your wife and her. He got the, not only does he have
You said
that.
the reporter name, his name is Brett
McMurphy.
McMurphy.
He got.
He getting all the pub the last 2 days.
Not only,
I didn't even know who he was before this.
Anthony Ruffin, this is a Sigma show way, so hop your ass out. Anyway, he not only does he have the text message between your wife and the coach's wife, he has the text message between the text group of all the coaches' wives that everybody knew, and he has the messages between y'all two. Everything out there. Look, man, this is one of those situations of winning cures everything, or a ring overshadows a lot of persons' shortcomings. Urban Meyer has never been a disciplinary. You had 32 arrests when you was at the University of Florida.
32.
You come back and you know, quote unquote, health reasons, all this stuff. You
Still
did
got arrested at Florida.
You did everything that you possibly could to clean up your image. Just commentating. Ohio State job opened up, you jump at it. Not mad at you for that. But you ain't changed none of your ways, and you brought the same staff with you.
You brought the same guy.
To Ohio State. Of course, this track record wasn't going to follow. Then the woman was pregnant. And you turn a blind eye to it like, nah, not happening here. Dude, enough is enough. And it's sad to say, as much as I love what you did on the field, you judge by what you do off the field as well, especially as a head coach. Dude, your coaching days in the Power 5 are done.
So Urban Meyer done.
Dude, you talking about the
Urban
same.
Meyer done at Ohio State.
You talking about the same. Look, this school is not going to fall suit again. He replaced Jim Tressel,
who lied to the NCAA a bevy of times.
So you're not gonna
even though that's a whole different situation. Improper benefits, tattoos, memorabilia, yeah, stuff like that.
But just think about it like this though. Just put yourself if you the AD at Ohio State and you the chancellor at Ohio State, you can't have this back to back. You can't have this back to back. Day, you the new head coach at Ohio State, baby. Take it and run with it. Because they're not going to give it to Greg Schiano. Because with his checking pass, oh no.
Look, man. I've been following this story since it broke. Greg McMurphy. Listen, I'm appalled that ESPN fired this man. They fired this man because they thought he was just throwing some BS out there. Mm-hmm. They thought that his sources were incredible. And it's a shame. You know, ESPN is starting to really get on my goddamn nerves. I'm gonna just put it out there. From the how they did Jamel Hill, they suspended her for 2 weeks because she's standing up for what she believe in. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, you hired this coach as a GA in 2009 at the University of Florida. He beat the piss out of his wife. He got aggravated assault.
Right.
And she was pregnant.
Pregnant.
You decided that you and Shelly Meyer was gonna give him and his wife in-house counseling. Like you majored in psychology or something.
Like he Dr.
Phil.
You're a shrink.
You're a shrink. We'll keep it in-house.
You're gonna keep it in-house. Okay.
But we didn't know about this though, but you have in-house.
Now he said he reported this to the athletic director.
Preach, G.
In 2009.
Keep going, G.
Okay, so you leave Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he said, me piggyback off what he said, what Coach Hen said, yeah, 32 arrests. You enabled all this craziness that went on in Florida. Aaron Hernandez.
Yes. This goes on.
The killer that he was. I mean,
shots fired.
I mean, Aaron Hernandez was doing some reckless stuff down there in Gainesville.
Cam Newton stealing.
Is that still allegedly?
A lot of things was taking place in Gainesville. Now, all of a sudden, I got heart problems. I got hemorrhoids. I got everything under the sun.
I got a lead.
Something wrong with me with my health. I got a dip.
Like a dip.
Ohio State job.
My dream job comes
3 years later, you go to Ohio State in 2012. Not only do you take the job, but you hire Zach Smith after what he did in 2009.
But you gave him in-house counseling though. But you didn't know about it.
Yeah, you hired this man. You bring him to Ohio State. I don't give a. They say he was a tenacious recruiter. Man, I don't give a damn how good of a recruiter he was. Domestic violence is a very, very serious offense.
Yes.
Okay?
Facts.
What makes this even worse is in Ohio State locker room, it says respect women.
Yes.
They have that in the locker room.
As soon as you come in.
Like when you walk in there, like as soon as you come to the doors.
Respect women.
Respect women.
Like you don't understand. Like if you never been.
I've never been in the locker room.
I'm telling you, as someone who's been, you walk in, you look to the right. There it is in big, bold, scarlet,
respect
and white
women.
Print. Keep going, G, because they don't understand, G.
You have that in your locker room. So you're painting this picture that you are against domestic violence. You are for the women.
Right.
When it comes to getting abused by men.
Right.
You bring Zach Smith with you. It's funny that the longtime head coach at Ohio State, Earl Bruce, who was Urban Meyer's mentor, who gave him his big break in coaching.
Mm-hmm. Who his son is, G?
Grandson.
Grandson.
His grandson is Zach Smith.
That's me. Stole my thunder.
I'm speculating here. I'm thinking that's why this guy came to Ohio State with Urban Meyer.
You gotta put reasonable doubt in the courtroom, G. Keep going. I'm telling you, we turned this shit into Madlock.
You know what I'm saying? So now we get to the point where 2015.
What happened 2015, G?
Man, Zach Smith beat the shit out of his wife again. Excuse my French.
That's what you wanted to say.
Did they have in-house counseling this time, G?
This time, Urban Meyer doesn't know about it.
Allegedly.
But Zach Smith's wife, Courtney Smith, who is the victim in all of this.
Victim.
Let's not forget that she is the victim, not Urban Meyer, not Shelly Meyer, not Ohio State, who's making $300-some a year in football revenue. Not them. It's Courtney Smith, because the pictures that I saw with this woman getting beat up,
her arm broke.
leaking. And if you listen to the interview, like she got a little slur. It looked like her mouth been wired up or something before. I'm speculating. But her speech do not seem.
She ain't what she.
Yeah, it's something ain't right.
Right.
2015. Courtney Smith sends text messages and pictures.
As a national championship.
To Shelly Maya, saying that she's scared. She's afraid.
For her life.
For her life. And not only that, she tells Shelly Maya that you should tell Urban. You should tell him.
Tell him.
Now, these people been married 29 years. I'm talking about Shelly and Urban Maya.
Right.
Been married 29 years. He even said in the Big Ten Media Day how close him and his wife is. She's the head coach of the marriage.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I know y'all doing a little pillow talking. You mean to tell me that Shelly Maya didn't lay down with you over a glass of Chardonnay and tell you that Zach Smith is beating the piss out of Courtney Smith? I refuse to believe that. You mean to tell me that Earl Bruce, who was a longtime head coach at Ohio State, who is your mentor, who has a lot of influence over your life next to your dad,
right,
who is the grandfather of Zach Smith, didn't play a part into all of this? I'm going to take your stuff further. Earl Bruce died 2 months ago. Tell me what happened on July 23rd.
Pick me. His ass got fired.
He got fired. Because you know why? I have no reason to keep him on my staff because Earl Bruce is gone.
He's gone.
I don't have no weight.
I don't have that over my head no more.
Yes, sir.
So.
Also, you had the report come out a day before. Keep going.
So,
keep going. I like you going here.
So I said all of this is this. All this is, the facts are not all out. We don't know for sure. Allegedly.
That's just like saying
that Urban Meyer
allegedly
knew about this. Because I will say this. Now, I will say this. I think it's a 10% chance that Courtney Smith could be leaving some things out. She could have came back to Shelly Maya and said, look, please don't tell Urban. Keep this between me and you. And Shelly could have been a good friend. Maybe.
A good friend would have got her ass out.
She could have been a good friend and say, I'm not going to tell Urban. That could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. But that could have happened.
Well, she did say in her interview at the time in 2015 that she wasn't ready to talk about it. She wasn't ready to go public. She said that in her interview.
But she sent the pictures.
She sent the photos.
And Shelly Maya was sending texts back like, are you okay? Are you all right? When will you tell the cops? And things of that nature. So I said,
Urban asked us about it in 2015 after the national championship. How you and Zach doing? This is what she reports.
Mm-hmm.
So they had conversation.
Right.
But he didn't know.
But he didn't know.
Allegedly. And that's where I'm at with it. You know, if people don't know, Ohio State's going through some other thing with the wrestling team.
Yep.
The domestic violence going on with that. They trying to figure all that out. So they got a lot of things going on in Columbus right now. And this is where it gets dicey. And this is why I think that Urban Meyer has a small chance to still keep his job. Title IX. Whether you can fire him with or without cause.
Yes.
If you can't prove that he knew, y'all got to pay this man $38 million. If you could prove that he did know, you don't have to pay him $38 million.
And that's why.
And I think that ultimately that could play a factor into why he can have a chance to keep his job. Because think about it. You got to pay him $38 million, and you got to hire another coach, and they talking about Bob Stoops and Chip Kelly and all these people.
Chris Dominique says, should Les Miles be considered for
Hell
the
no.
State job?
Hell no. But they talking about if they hire somebody, they're going to hire somebody like Bob Stoops or somebody like that. David Randall name even came up in this, which I think is a dark horse. But I said all of to say this. Ohio State doesn't want to pay him $38 million, and they're going to pay somebody like Bob Stoops another $7 to $8 million a year.
Right.
And then you know that this program is about to take a hit for the next 3 to 4 years. You know that, which means you're gonna lose sponsors, you're gonna lose TV network deals.
Yes.
You're gonna lose apparel, sales, all that kind of stuff is about to go. It's about to happen. For this university, man. At the end of the day, it's about money, and I sincerely hope that Ohio State does the right thing when they get all the facts and put him out of his misery And Urban Meyer is out of Columbus, is not coaching Ohio State no more. But I gotta tell you, people are all about a dollar. My mama always told me, man, the money is the root of all evil. And $38 million, buyout
is a lot of evil.
That's a lot of evil.
A lot of evil.
And it's just hard for me to believe that these people just gonna pay Urban Meyer $38 million to walk like that, especially when you're a preseason
favorite,
number 3 in the country, and in the mix to win a national championship this year. It's gonna be hard for me to believe that they're just gonna fire him like that. So we gonna see. We gonna see.
To piggyback real quick before I let Fred go, just think about one of his former players who had a lot of alleged domestic violence incidents since he touched the league. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
How many times everybody came to his defense? Go, Fred.
Not one.
Go, Fred.
Not once. Here's the deal, folks. And at the end of the day, here's how I look at this. When you are bringing guys into your coaching staff, you are accountable for the things that they do. Let's not get something very clear, folks. He knew this man back in 2009, back in Florida. This wasn't the first time incident, folks. 9 times, allegedly. 9 times. You brings the man with you to Columbus.
9 police phone calls.
9 police phone calls. You have another incident in 2012. You and your wife talks about it. What the fuck? She's crying out through all the staff wives, about what's taking on with Zach. Here's the facts, folks. Zach can still have a job right now. It went for the ESPN reporter.
I think when Earl Bruce died, I think he was gonna fire him anyway.
He may have, but when the report came out from the ESPN report, that's when it really happened.
Right.
That's when it immediately happened. He could have been fired at some point, but that was the trickle that made the straw say, okay, let me go ahead and get him off my staff immediately because I don't want to bring this up. Then that media day, you called the man a liar.
Called him out.
I wish the producer could play that clip of him at Big Ten Media Day.
Called the man a liar at Big Ten Media Day. And the man has the evidence. He's been talking to Courtney Smith for 3 days. And then you have the situation with her doing the interview and discussing detail by detail what's happened from 2009 up to now.
Yes.
Up to now. Oh, now you want to then stop. Stop, Urban. You knew about it. Your wife knew about it. You've been knowing about it since 2009. Stop this. Instead of you as a head coach making your business when this situation all went down to not employ this guy, you kept this guy on your staff around kids. Like you said in the locker room, when you walk inside the locker room, what do you see? Respect women. You got a guy in here that's clearly not respecting the mother of his children.
Right.
Being physically abusive. You know of this. You ain't got to know detail by detail. You ain't got to know everything, but you know this and you know his reputation for this. Matter of fact, it was your attorneys that made her stop back in 2009 for pressing charges.
Right.
She said this in the report.
Right.
So at the end of the day, Courtney Smith, at the end of the day, like I've always said to this, she's the victim. Anytime a woman is in a domestic violence situation, she's the victim. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. She is the victim. And for Urban Meyer and his program to know about this and keep this guy on staff is ridiculous. And for you to go out here in media day and tell this reporter that he's lying, what are you saying? When he has clear-cut evidence, first of all, he's not working for the Columbus. He's not working for Ohio State. He's not working for the local. He's working for ESPN. That dude got free range to file up his story.
Right.
To file up his story. Because ain't nobody, no Columbus reporter going to continue to do this. So he has free reign to file up his story. And they come to find out, she does the whole interview. She does the hotel. Boy, look here.
And to take it a step further, man, in a perfect world, we would want to side with Urban Meyer right now.
You want to.
You want to side with him because I'm an Urban Meyer fan. But I don't condone, that one of your assistants is beating his wife like that.
Yes.
And you just not reporting it.
Not reporting it.
To the higher authority. And reports might come out and say that he did report it to the AD or report it to Title IX and those things,
Correct.
and they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Then it falls on them.
We don't know. We don't know. I don't think that's what happened.
I don't think that's what happened.
But we'll see. But I know this, man, and I can't. I'm not here to cast aspersions on Urban Meyer and act like I'm some perfect person.
No.
Because we all have flaws. But I know this. I know that like my business, G Sports.
Right.
Okay, I got employees. I know one of my employees is beating the hell out of his wife. And I do nothing about it. Oh, I know that the person my supervisor I got running the show for me,
right,
underneath me, knows about it and doesn't tell me.
Right.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You got to go. And it's not to say that, him and Zach Smith, it's clear that they was friends because they go all the way back to Bowling Green.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they got history.
Yeah, history.
And I know it's probably tough for Urban Meyer to be like, man, look.
I gotta let you go.
Man. Here you walking people, man. You going. I know it's tough. You want to give people a second chance. This is the world of second chances.
But this is the thing, though. And like you said, with you, the owner of G Sports, no matter what, let's say we all work for G Sports. Let's say it wasn't New Orleans Turk Network. Let's say we all work for G Sports, and this was produced on G Sports. And let's say, which I'll never do. Let's say I go home, me and my wife have it out, I put hands on her, and it comes back to you. Or let's say my wife is good friends because me and Fred went to high school together, and he's good friends with his significant other. And she sends her message and stuff, and Fred was like, "Hey man, look, you got this is what Henry's wife just sent me," and it's known, you know it. But let's say like I'm your guy. Like if you can't get to it, like I'm the one you call. Hey, I need you to go cover this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be done the way that you would do it, and that comes out. You have no choice because. Right. Not only am I representing you, if you let me do that, that means you stand for what I do.
You stand for what you do.
Just like if this was let's take domestic violence out of it. If this was a drug situation, if this was like a situation like at Baylor, to allow this to go on under your name, that means you stand by what you do. And this would be the third coach at Ohio State that has some type of history behind him, no matter what it is. Woody Hayes, look, he hit a player. He hit a player from Clemson. The day after he hit that kid, he was gone.
Right.
Jim Tressel, the day after the news broke widespread that that you couldn't contain the inside of him, he was gone. Urban Meyer, he's the next one up. Look, it caught like wildfire. And then especially now where people are really standing up against domestic violence.
Domestic violence, you got a Me Too movement, you got all other movements going on.
Just look at the when the Ravens didn't get rid of Ray Rice right away. When they just still kept like, look, we just not letting
He never got a job after this.
He was suspended from football activity, but he was still getting paid. When the Ravens saw at a preseason game, a game that they always sell out their first preseason game at home, especially since Ozzie Newman was the GM and Harbaugh was the coach. When they seen that they was down 60%, and it was like one of the best teams that they ever had, you down 60%. Oh, they found out quick. Hey, Ray, you gone. You done. Period. Because this is, at the end of the day, this is the difference between high school sports, preps, middle school sports, park ball, college, and the pros is strictly a business. Ohio State University, yeah, it's a place of higher education, or higher learning, however you want to put it, but it's a business. Ohio State is a business. Because look, if you actually them survive off tuition alone, they won't. But
not many colleges will. Not many.
But you talk about the figurehead. Look, and just think about what this means for the state of Ohio. He is the highest paid public figure in the state of Ohio. In the state of Ohio, he is the highest paid public figure. So that means, and you at the state school. So that means if you allow him to stay, that the state of Ohio puts a stamp behind, that's domestic violence, we cool with it. He gotta go. He gotta go. It's gonna be one of those things where they gotta follow the right program. To me, if this was any other university, he'd have been fired right then and there. But since it's Title IX, you gotta follow the right protocol, and that's why he's on leave right now.
Jerome, hold on, let me. Jerome Wilson makes a hell of a point. Hell of a point.
I was about to mention it. Yeah.
Jerome, you might need to think about getting in the media. You make some great points. But he says it's all about the times we live in. Domestic violence is foul. But 15 to 20 years ago, this is not even a story. The media dictates and controls people's livelihood these days. Warren Moon beat the hell out of Michelle, but his wife. Out of his wife. And he is in the Hall of Fame. Dr. Dre beat the hell out of Michelle, but who stopped buying beats? I'll wait.
And he brings up my next statement I'm about to mention.
Great point.
It's true.
Ohio State.
But see, social media wasn't around like this 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
Think about a text. You weren't texting 20 years ago.
You wasn't even emailing.
So Courtney Smith would even sitting at the Shelly Meyer 20 years ago because you couldn't text. It was gonna be
word
I need
about.
to talk.
Right. It was all word
and
about.
now it's harder to prove. That's what happened with the Sandusky.
Yeah, I'm saying. But now
you can't do nothing.
You're in the microscope. Social media.
But see, to combine both of the points that you and Jerome just said, Michigan State is the perfect example. 20 years ago, when that doctor first got hired there, social media was nothing. So all this stuff is just word about all these kids. But I'm saying Michigan State now, look, they living in it right now.
They living in it right now.
This just happened. Right. Like think about it, this ruling just happened for them a couple of months ago.
Right.
So you talking about prime example, 15, 20 years ago, when that guy been there for 23 years. 15, 20 years ago, look, he got away with everything. He got away with it. Now, look, even when social media came out, it was new. He still was getting away with it. But up until then, look, we got track records. It's proven. Right. Here's the proof. Here's the proof right now. You can't hide from the proof.
Here's the thing, though. Going back to what Jerome said, I'm going to pick up what G said. The Title IX. Let's just say the evidence finds out that, he didn't,
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
$38 million.
So you're fired. So what you're saying is, if you don't know,
$38 million.
I still think that because of $38 million, that Urban Meyer is going to coach his football team, and if Ohio State is not winning,
and I think this too, though. But see, if they can't prove that he knew, that's what I think gonna happen. And I've been reading Todd McShea, Dan Labertar, the list goes on.
The list going on. I've been following
all people. I think that Ohio State, to get out of not paying him that buyout of $30 million, I think what they'll probably do is suspend him for a year, put him in some kind of program, domestic violence program, some kind of program to make it look good to the media.
Right.
And he'll be back coaching Ohio State next year.
I
think it's like a 20% chance that can happen.
And that's not for to me. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those things everybody's gonna be entitled to their opinion until the finals come out. But to me, because just piggyback on what I said, like you at the state school, state of Ohio, primaries and all that stuff is about to start happening.
Right.
Well, what if the guy I don't know who the senators are for the state of Ohio.
Right.
But what if one of them has like governor or like running for presidency, type positions? Well, now one of them gonna step in and say, "Look,
I want to remind.
He gotta go." We know
they got clout in Tennessee.
We understand. We understand $38 million. Look, some type of way we will funnel it back into the school for you to recuperate the $30 million. But he gotta go. He cannot sit for what we stand for. Not while I'm on this council and I'm gonna make a press conference. I'm gonna put all the heat on you. And one day nobody wants and no line of work what you do, unless you're an entertainer. You don't want that microphone directly on you. And you talk about a school, an institution of higher learning. So look, you talk about affecting their money all type of ways. So let's say the next LeBron James, we find the next LeBron James in quote unquote like 3 months in Ohio basketball right now. And Ohio State's his dream school. Nah, you ain't going there, son. But that's what, son, you're not going there. So now you talking about you missing out here.
They're allowed on the football, so they're allowed on the basketball side.
Let's say quote unquote the next Braxton Miller is coming through. You can't go there. You know what I'm saying? You talk about like that's a state school.
It's a domino effect.
You talk about like you talk about parents like nah. I'm not sending my kid there. Look, you gonna go to Bowling Green. You gonna go here. You gonna go there. You not going to Ohio. Fuck D.
You go to Michigan.
You not going there. But look, on the flip side, look, this is the other this is a way to just bring football into it. It's far removed from the system. I don't sound like I'm making light of the situation, but this move right here, Urban, regardless of what happened, Urban, I really believe that Urban Meyer's not coaching this year.
Oh no, he's not coaching this year.
No.
I know that.
On
that
the other side of the teeter-totter,
not happening.
On the other side of the teeter-totter, just speaking strictly football, this puts Jim Harbaugh in the biggest hot seat that he's ever been as a coach. Because
he's smiling ear to ear right now.
He can be smiling ear to ear all you want, but here's the fact. Here's the facts. If you don't beat Ohio State this year without quote-unquote the savant, what excuse you got? You got the quarterback. You got the players. You got, you know what I'm saying, now your defense is suspect outside of Rashad Garrett.
Devin Bush.
Your defense is suspect outside of Rashad Garrett.
Stop. You gonna see.
You gonna see.
Keep going. Devin Bush is gonna be up for the Buckets Award.
And the corner.
Yeah. Keep going.
Anywho, you don't beat Ohio State without Urban Meyer. Why did we bring you here?
Good point.
Good point.
I will say, and just to keep, I feel bad because this is why I'm mad with it, man. Like I say, I'm not perfect.
Right.
I'm from this show. If somebody want to dig deep, they can find all kind of flaws about me.
Right.
But when it comes to hitting women, I just wasn't raised like that.
Right.
And I can understand how, women could push it to a point. They can. And this is a situation where I think that this is just in Zach Smith. This is what you do. This is a pattern. You hit your wife while she was pregnant.
You're bad.
You crazy.
You're bad.
You're crazy. You're crazier than Tommy all power. That's how crazy you are. And so I'm not trying to act like I'm better than nobody and that I don't have any flaws in my life. Right. But I know damn well if I'm Urban Meyer, this man hit his wife while she was pregnant, I'm not bringing him to Ohio State. Man, I don't give a damn how close you and Earl Bruce is. I'm not bringing him to Ohio State. I'm not doing it because it goes against everything I believe in. And so, with that being said, I like Urban Meyer. I've been a fan of Urban Meyer, but if it comes out true, which I don't know how the hell they're going to be able to prove that he didn't know when your wife knew, and I know y'all pillow talking. Y'all pillow talking. I just don't know how they're going to be able to prove that he didn't know.
On what you said, proven, David Armstrong just put Ohio State has everything it needs. Cell phone calls, text records, presuming the university supplies cell phones, which they do. Ain't no presuming about it. They do. Emails, office phone records. They are all subject to public record laws.
But my rebuttal to that is, if Shelly Meyer is getting all the texts and the pictures, it's not
Urban Meyer.
It's not Urban Meyer. So that's where it get dicey, and that's what Title IX
comes
you
in.
You comes in there. You can't prove that he knew, and if you can't prove that he knew, you gotta give him $38 million.
The reporter said he got him a text from the wife to Urban that he just ain't put out yet.
Nah, I didn't hear that. McMurphy said
he said it on Dan Lebatard this morning.
McMurphy said he has texts from Courtney Smith.
Yeah, he got
to Shelly Meyer.
He also said
and she has text messages saying that Shelly telling her that she's going to tell Urban. Now but she came out and said that she doesn't have proof that she actually told Urban.
Right.
So Urban could sit here till he lighten up, he blue in the face and say, I didn't know nothing about that. Me and Shelly was beefing for 2 years. We ain't talk about nothing. I mean, it's such of a dicey situation.
But then
the problem is that at the end of the day, every media outlet I looked at says fire Mike immediately. You want him out of your program. But again, Title IX. You have to prove out a reasonable doubt. So here's the question I have.
Title IX.
Like I tweeted this out there earlier. If it comes out to say that out of reasonable, through Title IX, that hey, listen, there is no significant evidence that proves that Urban Meyer knows exactly about these situations going on, meaning that there's no direct messages to him.
Right.
Does the media owe him a public apology? I don't mean
no. Because you get paid that kind of money, you supposed to know. Just like that same standard they held Ripatino to. Don't say I'm biased.
No, because what I'm about to say, to me,
you supposed to know that. That's your job. You get paid what are you getting paid $8 million a year?
Yeah, see that come
on, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
This is what I'm at with it. This is where I'm at with it. And all coaches know where I'm about to go with it. As the head coach, the number 3 line in your contract, I don't care if you're at high school, middle school, or any level. Number 3 line says you are responsible for all doings of, in parentheses, staff, players, and public relations, etc., dealing with your program. Staff, players, and public relations. So even if, okay, let's say even if, and that's a small percentage. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say that's a
small percentage of reasonable doubt and all that stuff.
If it proves out that he
wins this validation, but that's a small percentage of reasonable doubt and all that stuff. Even if it's proven that he didn't know, the fact of the matter remains that this guy that you brought on staff has this track record since 2009 till he was fired in 2015.
So even if you don't know, you know this is
still employed him. So you are responsible for the actions of. Look, if I'm a coach, all right, and I'm just gonna, because I don't like putting people in I don't know. Let's say G is my offense coordinator, and I'm a defensive guy. I don't give a shit about the offense. Yeah. I know y'all do that. Look, I'm gonna make sure this defense work. Your job is to keep the lead for me.
Right.
And I don't go into the offensive meetings and all that stuff like that. And let's say that we wasn't close. Like I just got the job. He was, the whole defense staff I knew. He was the OC. Like part of the job was keeping G, who's part of the previous regime and stuff. And let's say G got I don't have that personal relationship with that. Let's say G's running an underground racketeering thing.
Right.
Or bounty.
Or something like that. Guess who gets in trouble?
Well, Sean Payton got in trouble.
Thank you. Okay. Guess who gets in trouble? Not only, he's fired. He's fired. Look, he might not be able to coach again, but the stigma is it's going to come down harder on me because first, I'm the head coach.
Right.
I'm supposed to know all doings in my organization. Second, I'll never be able to head coach again, not right away. So my whole livelihood messed up because the first thing they're going to say, like, well, you don't know how to manage your program because you can't manage your staff. Yeah, you win games. Eventually, somebody's going to overlook the fact that, you know what, everywhere you win, you win. Now, everywhere you win, you win. So that's going to get overlooked eventually. But you talking about right now, look, part of being a head coach is managing your staff.
Nah.
Your staff is a representation of you. Him hitting his wife is just the same thing as Urban Meyer showing up to the house. Hey, Courtney, open the door, boom, shut up. Going. That's the same thing when you look at it.
Now, I'm going to read what David Armstrong says. Student athletes get a 2-year suspension for obstructing a drug test. What should a coach get for covering up, not reporting his assistant beating his wife, quotations, firing, quotation? How about an NCAA ban?
It's going to take some.
NCAA ban, I don't know about that. You know, that's going because at the end of the day, let's put this in perspective. Urban Meyer ain't the one that beat his wife.
Right. He not the one he touched.
He didn't beat his wife. Is he wrong? Morally, he's wrong.
But you talking about a country that's built on morals.
Exactly. And do I think that if you ask me my gut feeling, do I think Urban Meyer knew? Hell yeah, I think he knew.
Right.
Because you've been dealing with Zach Smith since you was at Bowling Green. Right. I was what 15 years ago.
That was before Utah.
Yeah.
That was 15 years ago. Y'all got a relationship. Your mentor, Earl Bruce, that's his grandson. I refuse to believe that you don't know what's going on in that household.
Right.
Shelly Meyer and Courtney Smith is texting. Shelly Meyer is the head coach of the wives amongst the assistant coaches' wives. The director of football operations' wife know about this too. All those assistant coaches know. How the hell Urban Meyer don't know?
First of all, just to piggyback on what you said in your opening statement earlier, you did in-house counseling. What you did in-house counseling for? Tell me what you did in-house.
Because they didn't want it to get out. But he should have never took.
But see, that's my thing.
They was having a baby. They was having a baby together. They wanted to talk about raising a child.
No. Your in-house counseling came after the first beat.
I knew it was. I'm just saying.
So now you got to tell me which. All right.
They're talking about parenting.
If I'm a lawyer, all right, y'all had in-house counseling. I got text messages that prove that before y'all in-house counseling that she told Shelly that he was hitting her. What was y'all in-house counseling session about in Florida? And how many counseling sessions? But you don't know. But you don't know what. But your claim to fame is. Look, I didn't know what was going on.
Abuse. I know it wasn't about parenting.
as a man running a business,
running an organization,
and you, I find out somebody that I got hired under my company is hitting his wife, and it's completely applicable to anybody else. I'm firing you because you're going against everything I believe in, and if somebody finds out that you're beating your wife under my umbrella, which is G Sports, they're going to label me as what? Birds of a feather flock together.
But as a piggyback off of that, look, I got people that I was close on. Look, I call y'all my brothers. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, those people that know me, look, I just don't call everybody my brothers. Like I got friends, I got acquaintances, and I got brothers. I'm like, look, these who, like, I know if I'm in a pinch. Look, if I'm in a pinch and I'm in that weird place in the goddamn Tri-Parish, and I'm
got
like,
somebody you can reach out to.
I know, hey, G, man, look, I fucked up, man. And I know if there's anything that he can do, he's doing without a shadow of a doubt. That's when I had people that I know was like that. When I found out, man, like, they was just so nice, like, man, yeah, man, me and my girl, man, whatever, man, so, you know, man, I just hit her, man, you know what I'm saying, get out of my face, like, whoa, wait, what, you what? Man, man, you know what I'm saying, man, it was the first, man, look, man, fix that. If you don't fix that, bro, don't holler at me. Because like G said earlier, birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm, how can I say, look, me and you brothers, me and you boys, look, we man, you call me up, hey, man, I got a barbecue at the house. I'm coming to the house. I'm looking at your wife got 5 pounds of mac on her face, you know, with sunshades on. Yeah. It's in goddamn December.
Right.
And I'm supposed to be cool with that. Then how my wife gonna look at me on the ride back home? You seen the wife? What's going on with her? Man, he beating her. Wait, you know he beat her?
And you cool with that? So going over there hanging around?
And think about like the run, think about the running joke when we was in school. Oh man, this motherfucker, you part of the Slapper Hole tribe. So What they asking you saying you? I mean, you must be a ambassador. So you saying if me and you have a disagreement, you cool with hitting me. Oh, especially now, I got a daughter. You got a daughter. You got a daughter.
I was about to say that. I was about to say
cool with. So if I'm cool with you, so somebody hitting a woman, that means I'm cool with the potential person that my daughter gonna date, which won't be to 32.
Right.
Good luck. All right.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right. I got guns. My brother got guns.
Right. My thing is that at the end of the day, we're living in a time where awareness is at an all-time high. We're not living in an age where there's no information, where as far as awareness, communication, we're living at an all-time high of that stuff. The past 15 years is different. You know, back then, you could be Michael Irvin, do cocaine, and, you know, still do certain things. Back then, you could be an abusive guy and get to the NFL Hall of Fame. You could be that type of guy. But in today's generation, we're living in an awareness age. These things cannot be happening. It can't be happening at this magnitude.
This is another grown man bullying another grown man in the same sport that he's in.
I want to ask everyone a question because we got to go ahead and we got a couple more topics to get to. We're going to take a break right quick. Does Urban Meyer coach again in college football?
Not at this university. I don't think not at the Power 5. I think well, not at a prestigious Power 5, if that makes sense.
I think, like I said earlier, I think he has a 20 to 30% chance to still coach Ohio State. Just for the simple fact it's going to be hard for them to prove that he knew because Shelley Meyer had the text messages. They don't have anything going back to his phone records. And he couldn't sit here till he blew in the face and say he didn't know. Shelley, my wife didn't tell me, which is hard to believe. Y'all been married 29 years and you already say how close y'all. But I can see them suspending him for a year, putting him in some kind of program, and he still is the head coach of Ohio State going forward after this year. So if I had to put my money on it, I would say he won't be the head coach, but I think it's a small chance that he will still be the head coach.
Another thing I just thought about, I don't know why I thought about it, I think this might also be, I think another reason why Urban Meyer might not coach there, because if let's say he try to play the legal side of this, that means he'll have to get on stand. I mean, you force your wife on stand. And if you knew you potentially sending your wife and yourself to jail for perjury. So he might just say, you know what, y'all, I done made my money. I'm done. I'm just gonna walk away from it. I don't have to, because he don't have to coach as much money as he made in coaching. He doesn't have to coach again. They'll be set. The kids are grown out the house. Look, he can live a comfortable life the rest of his day.
Especially if he get that $38 million.
You know what I'm saying? But he might just be like, look, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away. Because, see, if you play the legal route and you know you wrong, when they say, hey, Shelly Meyer, come on stand. Did you or did you not know, did you or did you not tell your husband that she was getting beat?
I don't think
if it's proof that it is.
I don't think he puts his family through that.
Even if he really didn't know, you still don't want to put your wife through that.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to put your family through that.
If that's let's say Ohio State is doing a little legal investigation in house, and they say, all right, look, we're gonna take it to court right now.
Right.
Either you step down, we take it to the court. What you won't do? I say he steps down.
Well, again, Chris Morgan says Ball State. Chris Morgan said Meyer should, just take off and run to Canada and coach the TFL. Jerome Wilson says, I think that the firing brought up the whole deal. Reporters did the research on why he was fired and discovered he had a background in domestic violence abuse. If he didn't fire him, would these reports have surfaced? Because the beating were from 2015, and she's his ex-wife, meaning that she's his ex-wife. I think at the end of the day,
boy got fired from ESPN trying to run this story from the jump before all of this even happened.
Because they thought he was just blowing smoke and he didn't have credible sources.
Or trying to rise up real fast.
I think at the end of the day, Urban Meyer eventually gets released at Ohio State. And I think every kid, mama who coming up in today's time is looking at, is that the guy who allowed a guy from this long a tenure to have a known domestic violence abuse, I think more mothers coming up with like, I don't really see him as a leader. I don't want my kid going that kind of program.
And just to piggyback off that before we go to break, even if you didn't know about the 2015 incident, for you to bring him to Ohio State with you from 2009, I don't give a damn about your relationship with Earl Bruce and how he mentored you, and that's his grandson. For you to bring him from Florida after he beat her while she was pregnant to Ohio State with you says a lot about you.
That's it. Well, listen, we got to take a break. Listen, when we come back, listen, we got to get into some Saints talk, Saints camp, some of the battles. We can get into it. We still got top 5 DTs that we got to discuss. Y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. We'll be back in about a minute and a half. Don't go nowhere.
Christian Harris just committed to Texas A&M.
That's so weird in the morning.
Man, in the app with us, and we gonna make this thing on the pop with New Orleans Talk Network with Real Fans Talk about real
Get it, G.
And not only sports, everyday activity.
My name is A.K.A. Jackson, SMU commit, and you tune into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Pooga Williams. 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saints Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is non-smoking atmosphere.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on a golf course that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh yeah, we live thing. We in here. New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saints Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday.
Tag a friend. Welcome back, everybody. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Listen, tag a friend, add a friend. Listen, this is the best fan sports show on the internet. I'm tired of telling y'all each and every week, each and every Thursday, from 6 to 8. This is what this show is all about. It's our time, us as fans, to have our word be said, to be spoken. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Listen, we got to talk to them in the Saints training camp. It's been going down. It's been, for people who've been following them on NOLA.com, on Twitter, Facebook, there's a lot of different camp battles going on. For some people who don't know about the Saints, they've recently signed Michael Floyd and Brandon Tate to the roster recently. What are some of the training camp battles you guys are looking forward to that's been going on in camp right now that's been kind of, I would say, maybe surprising, but what are some of the things that we're looking for? What battles, what positions you thinking they got a lot of competition here. I think for me, I think that there's a lot of competition at running back. Just right now because you signed a Shane Vereen, You know, you bring in Terrence West. You still got Mark Ingram. You know he's gonna be out for 4 games. You got the kid from I think Trey Boston from Louisiana Tech. You know, so you got a lot of depth, and you got Edmonds, who you had from last season. A lot of competition now. Now, granted, we don't get to see that, you know, coming up to the actual game, but that's a lot of competition. I'm looking at the running back spot that they're gonna have. I'm interested to see what guys gonna emerge. I want to see how Shane Vereen's gonna look inside his office. I want to see how if Terrence West gonna be something, you know, of a physical Bruce in the first couple of preseason games. I'm trying to see which one of those guys, and plus Daniel Lasco, you know,
he was released.
He was released?
They released him when they signed Shane Vereen.
Okay, so they released him. So I'm interested to see what guy out of those last 2 guys between Terrence West and Shane Vereen, you know, who can make that push to make that spot. Obviously, because you know Mark Ingram's going to be out there first 4 games. But I think that's a lot of competition at that spot.
I think, to me, it might not be the sexy topic, but I think it's the domino effect. Is to see who emerges at the returning position, because that's why you get Brandon Tate to add to your wide receiver depth. You know, you try to see if he can win the return job. If Tate can't win the return job, and you asking if they're gonna take 5 receivers or something like that, right. I think Michael Floyd might inch his way up in there, because you talking about as a better receiver is Michael Floyd. Don't be crazy.
Right.
If one of these running backs can turn into a good returner to where they're comfortable with, then you're talking about maybe Vereen and West are the ones, and Edmonds and is out. What if the rookie from La Tech wins the return game? So I think that return game, the return game, because that's something that we've lacked in.
And Tommy Lewis may not have been the guy that got a lot of return yards.
Being dynamic in that aspect since Michael Lewis. And Reggie Bush, right? Michael Lewis, Reggie Bush, even Chris Morton was
Courtney Roby had got some yards. He wasn't a dominant return guy, but Courtney Roby got some yards for him.
I'm talking about like somebody that the league fed like Chris Morton. Because he came from the Jets doing this, he came to us.
Michael Lewis.
He was one. Of course, Reggie Bush. They're like, so we hadn't had that since.
Right. I mentioned Courtney Rowe because he was a good tackler on special teams too. On punt return, he had some hits, not dominant, but
if we say that, we might want to say Fred McAfee and Steve Gleason and all that stuff. But I'm talking about I'm talking about pure returner, because some of these extra signings. Just because they play that position, that's merely the role that they try to see who will fit that. So if whoever wins that battle, I think has a domino effect. If Brandon Tate wins it, Tommy Lewis might not be on this roster no more. It's some of that. If Quan Smith, the rookie out of UCF. I don't know if they've been putting him back here, but he has speed for days.
He's killing that receiver.
And if they put him back there, I was like, well, it might just open up their whole eye of what they possibly could do. So I think returning, because I think overall it has the biggest domino effect of the final 53.
If I had to, it's so hard to pick one particular position, because there's a few positions that I'm looking at that I'm torn about with these camp battles. From Marcus Williams with Kurt Coleman. Kurt Coleman coming in, one of the savvy veterans at that free safety spot. I don't know what kind of mindset and what kind of state of mind Marcus Williams is in right now, but we know he has ability.
Right.
But I'm just hoping he's not having a relapse of what happened in a divisional playoff game against Minnesota. Kurt Coleman is a proven veteran. He did a hell of a job for Carolina, and I'm glad that Sean Payton brought him over just to bring that veteran presence in that secondary, because we're so young back there. But I think one of the positions that I'm paying attention to is the receiving core with the slot. Ted Ginn and Traquan Smith. Ted Ginn did a phenomenal job last year. Everybody was saying that, this wasn't a good signing, getting him over there from Carolina, but he played exceptionally well last year for the Saints. Traquan Smith has been a camp celebrity as of late.
Yes.
He's about 6'1", 6'2", but he can play the slot, can high point the ball, can take the top off the defense. I really like Tre'Quan Smith. It's gonna be interesting to see how Sean Payton's gonna play that out. And then the running backs, with Boston Scott from Line Tech, Terrence West that we just signed, Shane Vereen, Kamara, Ingram. You can't keep all them guys.
No, you can't.
You can't keep all them guys. So it's gonna be interesting to see who makes their final 53 with them guys.
Right.
And then I think that at the end,
How about say DN's another
we
one.
know Cameron Jordan spot is solidified. But
Marcus Davenport being the
Marcus Davenport being a rookie, will Troy Henderson?
He's been balling.
Or
Muhammad.
Trey Henderson.
No,
Okafor, baby.
Okafor.
Well,
Okafor and Henderson emerged as the starter week 1 over Davenport. It's gonna be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Sheldon Rankins, I'm hearing they're gonna put him at the end. They're not gonna even put him at the 3 tech. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. But I know at the 3 tech,
David been balling.
At the 3 tech, I like Tyler Davidson and I like Anyamata. So I'm interested to see how that battle's gonna go out with Anyamata and Tyler Davidson. I love Tyler Davidson out of Fresno State. Anyamata was the project coming from Canada, but we know he has the tools to be big time.
He's the most athletic defensive lineman that we have.
I don't know if he's more athletic than Marcus Davenport.
Well,
because Marcus Davenport's still raw, but
let me rephrase it. He's the most athletic guy against NFL talent that we see.
Right.
So we don't know. We don't know what Marcus Davenport's going.
Right. And Tyler Davis is more of a Damon Harrison type of D tackle. He's not really gonna get too much of a pass rush, but he's gonna claw things up, and he's gonna make sure that Mike linebacker is free to be able to make plays.
Right.
He's gonna keep them guards off him and stuff like that. So it's a lot of different battles. And I'm gonna say the last battle I'm very interested in. Can JT Barrett beat Tom Savage out for that number 2 quarterback spot?
If he can't.
And that's what I want to see. So I'm gonna be dialed into these preseason games. I still think Taysom Hill should be moved to tight end. I don't think he should be the quarterback.
To be honest, I think he
on
should
his
be,
roster.
I think he should be a wide receiver, bro.
I like him at tight end. You saw how big he is?
Yeah, but
he's big.
He's
big. I want to see him at tight end.
I don't because
we're aging at tight end.
But the thing is, he don't.
Ben Watson.
You ask him to go from doing this his whole life to blocking monsters.
He big though.
Just because you big don't mean you can block.
Hey, we can teach it.
I.e. Jeremy Graham.
We can teach it. We can teach
it.
But
gotta learn.
I like JT Barrett. I think JT Barrett is going to show us a lot of promise during this preseason. And I think there's no way in hell Tom Savage beats him out for the backup quarterback behind Drew Brees. And I think JT Barrett learning behind Drew Brees and being in the Sean Payton system, because we know Drew Brees this year and next year it's probably hit after that. We never know. JT Barrett can be the successor of Drew Brees. So that's going to be an interesting quarterback battle.
Now, Chris Morgan asked a question.
Number Urban Meyer, please.
Taysom Hill, not to cut you off, Taysom Hill is 6'2", 235.
That ain't tight end height.
6'2", 235?
6'2" ain't tight end height.
It's definitely not tight end weight.
Come on, G. You talking about six? You talking about people that 6'5",
260.
All right. Chris Morgan said, "What do we think about Brandon LaFell joining the Saints?" Question. I'm not saying he hadn't joined the Saints, but what do you think? Is it a possibility for Brandon LaFell joining the Saints since the Bengals released it today?
Well, you just signed. I think you signed
Michael Floyd.
You signed Michael Floyd, and then you bring in Brandon Tate, who also
I think he's just in for the return game.
Return game. So listen, that receiver position is stacked. When you talk about it's a stacked position right now. When you bring in Michael Floyd, you still got Brandon Coleman. I'm not high on him by any means, but he's still on the team. Him, Malcolm Floyd.
That's who should be a goddamn tight end. Get your 6'6" ass you want to quote unquote blocking your best skill. Get your ass down there and block.
He can block. He can block.
Shit.
The receiver position is stacked. It's a stacked position now that you brought in 2 additional wide receivers. I don't see how you can bring in Brandon LaFell unless there's a significant injury that happens. And then you got to think, are they at the 90-man roster cutoff? So if you do bring him in, you got to cut somebody.
I would love to see Michael Floyd make this roster.
Brandon LaFell's gonna find work fast. He's productive. It's not a bad situation to get out of Cincinnati anyway, because Andy Dalton is
bad.
You know what I'm saying? He's seen better days at goddamn Twin Peaks. But to me, just like on a global scale, how short is that leash on Joe Flacco?
Baltimore?
How short is that leash? Because, all right, they played the Hall of Fame game tonight.
Yeah.
All right, they played the Hall of Fame game tonight. And let's say he get 30 snaps. Let's say he gets 30 snaps. Is that about a safe number? Let's say 30 snaps, and let's say out of the 30, 22 of them are dynamic. Now, when I mean dynamic, I don't mean like, oh, he made 22 big, huge plays. I'm talking about like a blitz that came his way. He did boom, 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 out of that, bam, 5-yard game on a pass. Something that like that just that breath of fresh air, like ooh, like everybody's seen that backup quarterback. That you was like, man, it ain't gonna be long. Cause look, even when you were winding back for just the Saints, when we had Jeff Blake and we had Aaron Brooks, and when it was coming to preseason, when you see Jeff Blake warming, you see the gray in his goatee. You like, man, look, did he use all that arm up in Cincinnati?
Right.
And then you see Aaron Brooks in the preseason, you just see them take off. Everybody's like, ooh. Wait a minute, we might have something here. Right. But, we didn't find out till later on, well, a year in a couple of games to the season later on, wow, we had something special for a couple of, for a 3-year span.
Well, Aaron Brooks started because of an injury to Jeff Blake.
That's what I'm talking about.
So if no injury happened,
but I'm saying,
Aaron Brooks don't start.
You knew that he was special. Like, all right, you was more excited about the backup than you was
about the starter.
And that's what I'm talking about when you get to this situation in Ravens. This is one of the ones that we hadn't seen this in a while. Because it's not like when the Rams had Trent Green, and like Trent Green was like, oh yeah, that's the man.
Right.
And then like the backup was Kurt Warner, like who's that guy? Nah, we want to see. And then you see Kurt Warner come in, you win a Super Bowl, like, oh shit, this guy's special.
Well, you trying to refer to the situation where like the Cincinnati Bengals when they had John Kitna, who had a decent year when they drafted Carson Palmer first overall. You knew Carson Palmer at some point in time was going to take over that job. You saw that happening. But I think the situation is that as long as the Ravens are winning this season. See, the difference now is that NFL contracts have got astronomically much bigger since 15 seasons ago. So even though you drafted a guy in the first round, which they picked him at the last pick in the first round, Joe Flacco, as long as this team is above 500, is going to start for you at quarterback because you're paying this guy $20+ million.
That wasn't the question, though. The question is, how short is that lease? Because you could look.
It's only as short as they're winning or losing.
No, because see, because see, this is the thing. You could be winning and not being productive on offense.
Agreed.
So if
agreed.
Let's say all right. Let's say the Ravens start 5-0. All right. Let's say out of that 5-0, Flacco got 3 touchdowns to 8 interceptions.
Right.
And the offense is averaging 10 points a game. On offense,
right?
But they getting help from special teams, sack fumbles, however
they're not winning because of offensive production.
And you like, man, how short? Look, yeah, we paying you, but look, this rookie could get us more than 10 points.
Agreed.
Right.
Now.
That's why I'm saying, how short is that leash?
I think because of, and I'm just to answer the question is because of at the end of the day because. I think when I look at the quarterback position, I also look at the head coach. And I look at Flacco, and I also look at Harbaugh. And I think they're kind of married together to some degree. So as long as the Baltimore Ravens have a semi-500 record, I think Harbaugh, as a head coach, is going to go with a guy that he's been 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons with now. I think he's going to stick with that, even though he's playing bad. Now, I don't think... if Baltimore starts off 2-5, the leash he's done. Especially if his production is not quality. But as long as their production if they still winning games, I think because of they're married together. Now they got coach and a quarterback and someone being married together. I think Flacco is still gonna play this season. Now next season, he's out the door. He's over with. It's the same thing with Alex Smith. He played the whole year last year. He had a good season. But at the end of the day, Next that following year, they made a trade. They going with the younger guy.
But see, this is a situation that, and help me if I'm wrong, G. This is a situation that Harbaugh's never been in before.
Agree.
Flacco's always been the guy. The guy behind him was never like quote unquote could challenge him for snaps. Flacco knew he was getting all the first team snaps.
But Chris Moore, I definitely RG3 is not going to get no snaps.
You know what I'm saying?
Significant injuries have to happen.
Flacco was getting all the snaps. You know, it was never a question of doubt who was the guy going in. Now, with this breath of fresh air that came in, it's a question because now Flacco had to do something that he's never had to do his whole career, a plan. You gotta do that. Man, I just threw that interception. Damn.
Tyrod Taylor, though.
Yeah, but he was a 5th round pick. He was a good quarterback, backup, but he wasn't a first round pick.
Buffalo gave him his shot.
But Flacco had went down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And Tyrod Taylor came in and showed what he could do.
Yeah.
And then look how fast they got him up out of there, though. They traded him.
You couldn't extend him. He's gonna get started Monday.
Yeah, look. You go ahead and go.
Same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. So, you can't sign him. You can't do it.
Go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? We don't want this headache. You know what I'm saying? We'll draft somebody else. Or when they re-signed Kyle Bowler for some odd reason, they brought him back just to back him up. But he's never been in this situation before. So how short would you keep the leash on him?
On Flacco?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Lamar Jackson is still going through the nuances of learning an NFL playbook. It's no secret that he wasn't that guy at Louisville that was able to just learn Petrino's offense off the drop of a dime. He was just so talented. You know, like Michael Vick when he was at Virginia Tech with Frank Beamer. Like, they so talented that they can improvise and make things happen without really understanding the offense that they're running.
Right.
And I think Lamar Jackson's in that situation. And I always say you're good at your situation. I think that as far as him developing as a quarterback, going to the Ravens is going to pretty much hurt him. But I think what's going to end up happening is if Flacco doesn't play to the level that he's supposed to play, they're going to throw Lamar Jackson into the fire. And let's be real. I mean, the Ravens are a decent team. I don't think that Lamar Jackson will be set up for success with the Ravens if they throw him in there right now. I think that the best thing for him is to let Flacco play this season out, maybe play next season out, and then start building and getting guys in there to be able to put him in a situation to be successful.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, who's the number one receiver in Baltimore?
Mike Wallace is bad.
No, it ain't Mike Wallace.
It's Mike Wallace. It's Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace and Torrey Smith. He back.
And Torrey
I thought Mike Wallace went to Philly.
No.
Wait, he did.
Yeah,
he took Torrey Smith's spot.
Yeah, Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace in Philly. Torrey Smith is your number one guy.
Torrey Smith. They drafted some kid.
And I'm pretty sure Perriman. They trying to make him. They trying to still make Perriman relevant.
Perriman can't stay healthy.
I'm just saying, but you're not set up for success.
You have no tight end.
All right.
Right now.
No running back.
Max Williams.
He's decent, but
he hasn't never taken that next step.
The next step.
What if I don't know who the OC in Baltimore is? What if he takes the Bill O'Brien approach? Like, what if Flacco got his set of plays? He studied some Louisville stuff. Since knowing that, like, if he's there, then since they drafted him, he went in the lab, studied Louisville stuff, and said, all right, this is what he's good at.
I just don't see it. Don't see it. If you look at the Baltimore Ravens history, it's always been built on running the football and defense, hard-nosed,
but who are
tough
they running
defense.
back now? I'm saying you can't name a notable person on the offense
besides Flacco.
A notable person on the offense for the Ravens.
It's
even when they won the Super Bowl, like all right, you can name some notable people.
Anquan, they had Jacoby Jones.
No,
they got Michael Crabtree now.
Okay, yeah, they got Crabtree. You're right.
Okay.
Alex Collins probably gonna be the starting running back. Who's a good running back? He's good.
He's not hard. He's not
solid running back. Good solid running back.
Well, he fits they style.
They drafted Hayden Hurst from South Carolina.
Yeah, right. That's true. Mm-hmm. You know, so you talk about
John Brown. They brought in John. They got Willie Snead. So they got some.
So you got look, but it's they young now. They young at the receiver spot.
But I mean, that's
Crabtree's the old man in the room now. That's not saying much.
Right.
But Crabtree is still your number one target, and that's.
But he can produce for you.
I'm not saying he's not a bad receiver, but I'm saying that over the past couple of seasons, he's been the number 2 guy. Now that you really want him as your number 1, unless you, there's nothing wrong with having number 1, unless you have a dynamic guy who can really.
Last year he was the number 1 because Amari Cooper. I don't know what he
was a shell of himself.
Yeah, last year, you know, so he was the guy. Just the money that he wanted, Oakland wasn't willing to pay.
Right.
And so he
they
went.
They took a shortcut route. They got Jordan Nelson.
Raven had money.
Right.
Raven had money. It was like, all right, you know.
You know, I'm just saying that, you know, is it a good situation for him to be starting right now?
The wide receiver from
it's not a really good situation.
Anthony Miller there?
Receiver? Nah.
No.
Where Anthony Miller's at?
I forgot where. Talking about from Memphis?
Yeah.
I forgot where he got drafted to, but it ain't there though.
No, he's not there.
He didn't go first round.
No.
I think he went second.
He might have been a Ravens second round pick.
No, he's not a Ravens.
Me, honestly, I don't even see this Ravens team making the playoffs.
And that's sad to say in that weak division. Like this the Brown. I would make a bold say the Browns will make the playoffs this year. Fuck it. Fuck it.
They got talent. They got talent.
Yeah, I said it. My cries 2 10s in the bucket. Fuck it. Take it to the stage.
Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson.
I don't know, bro. That coach is so messed up over there.
Yeah, that's true, but goddamn it, they going.
Well, listen, we got to go ahead and shift gears. We got to get into the top 5 D tackles in the league. They're heading to 2018.
We got 5 minutes. I don't know if we got time for.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. We got to get something in.
Go ahead and put it in.
I'm gonna go ahead and put mine in, and you put yours in. I'm not gonna touch on it too much. I'm gonna list my 5 right here, and you list your 5, and you list your 5. Coming at 5 for me, I got Malik Jackson. You know, 8 sacks last year was a career high. Got a big payday out of Jacksonville a couple years ago. Coming in there, showing himself to be one of the best defensive tackles in the league, even though he has a lot of supporting cast on that line. I like what he did with his career highs. Got a big payday of $90 million. I like him. Coming in at number 4, I got Geno Atkins. 29 years old, got 9 sacks, 20 quarterback hits. You know, even though he plays in Cincinnati, it's not a very good situation, but he's still being productive on the defensive end side of the ball. Number 3, I got Lebron Joseph out of Minnesota. You know, Lebron Joseph, one of the best run-stuffing defensive tackles in the game. 68 tackles last year. You know, Minnesota didn't give up 84 yards on the run game. Had a lot to do with him being in the middle. 2, Fletcher Cox. What else can you say? Big man in the middle, clogs up the lane, does everything that you need the Philadelphia Eagles to do. You can't really go wrong there, but Fletcher Cox at number 2. And number 1, I got Aaron Donald. Guy had 9 sacks last year, former Defensive Player of the Year. Guy's just a monster. Can't argue with that. That's my top 5 D tackles in the league.
My top 5 is I got Geno Atkins at 5, just because I think that there's going to be a lot of pressure on him going forward on that D-line with Cincinnati. He's always going to be a top defensive lineman in the league.
Right.
But I think that he's on a downward spiral. He makes 29, a lot of wear on his body. He's been going through a lot of injuries. But I think he's still going to be a pretty good D tackle in his league. So I got him at number 5. Number 4, I got Jerry McCoy, one of the best get-offs in football, violent hands, great teammate. And I think that he's going to show you that he is still one of the best D tackles in the game. And, you know, he's going to have a lot of pressure on him, too, on that D-line with Tampa Bay. And I think they're going to struggle defensively this year. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him to be able to keep that defense up to task.
And health is the issue.
Up to task with the rest of them defenses, including the Saints in the NFC South. Right. Number 3, I got Grady Jarrett from the Falcons, from out of Clemson. I love Grady Jarrett. This guy is damn near impossible to block. You're gonna see him emerge if people haven't noticed as one of the best D tackles in the game. I mean, he's just unstoppable in the middle, hard to block, especially when you got people like Vic Beasley on your left side, rushing the passer. He's just getting that interior pressure. And everybody know if you're a quarterback, the worst pressure is the pressure up the middle. And that's what Grady Jarrett does consistently. He stops the run, and he gets a pass rush. I love people that can do both, and I think he's going to be one of the best D tackles.
Watch the Super Bowl.
He's going to be one of the best D tackles in the league this year. Number 2 is Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, I mean, with the Eagles, I mean, he is just so disruptive. He makes that whole D-line go. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go down with Vinny Curry leaving to come to Tampa Bay to help Jerry McCoy out. So we're going to see if he's going to get a lot of traps and two-man blocks and fullback staying in the help and the interior pressure with him. But I still think with Jernigan and Barnett out of Tennessee, I still think he has a very, very productive year with the Eagles.
In now.
And Brandon Graham. I still think Fletcher Cox has a productive year, and I got him number 2 as my number 2 D tackle for 2018. Number 1 is Aaron Donald. I mean, goddamn. I mean, Aaron Donald. I mean, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And you got Sue on side of him. This guy's going to be disruptive all game long, and I hope the guy that the Saints don't have to beat up these people in the playoffs because he can wreak havoc all game long, and he can disrupt and mess up your whole game plan by himself. Aaron Donald number 1, man, going to 2018, and the Rams and Les Snead better think twice if they don't pay him.
Number 1 is one of our own. I mean, number 5, one of our own. David Onyemata. You put him right next to Cam Jordan. He's now getting the bell shell that Kyle in the middle. He's going to play the 3 technique. The 3 technique gets the most one-on-one blocking situations in the game. Then you let Sheldon Rankins, who's one of the most versatile guys that they have up front, play at the end, which he can do very well. So to me, David Onyemata, number 4 is Gerald McCoy. The best get off in the game. What's left to be said? The man goes sideline to sideline from the inside. He always protects the inside backer who he's with. That's why Levante Davis been able to sustain so long, and then they moved him to the outside. But just watch this film if you don't understand how good of a kid this monster is.
He ain't get $90 million for nothing.
Number 3, the Dominican suit. Some of y'all wondering, like, why not? Look, he's playing nose guard this year. He's right over the center. You can't block. You struggle to block this guy at a 3 technique and a 1 technique. What the hell are you going to do when he's over the guy with the snap? He's got the 3rd best get off, anything. You're giving him a cheap seat. He's right over the ball. And look, without the center, the offensive line is nothing. I don't care a damn who the other 4 is. So you putting a violent guy, nasty, tenacious, get off. There's still the best interior pass rusher there is in the game, and he got help now. So he's number 2. And number 3, number 2, Lavelle Joseph. Lavelle Joseph is the most underrated guy for his position. He clogs up the running lanes. He demands the double team. He demands a triple team. You won't hear a word from him. He's not the prima donna. He's gonna come to work ready to go all day long. And number 1, might surprise a lot of people because Aaron Donald's not on my list. He's not a D tackle this year, folks. He's a D end. That's just what it is. I'm just keeping the bag. Wade Phillips switched it to the 3-4. He's now the 5 technique, which is a D end. He's not a D tackle, so he doesn't go in the top 5 D tackles. Number 1, Fletcher Cox, most versatile D lineman in the game. He's dominant. He plays all 4 positions for Philly. He allows him to put that dangerous NASCAR in effect. But not only that, he knows the whole defense inside and out. He makes checks for the secondary sometimes just by the set. That's unheard of for any defensive lineman. He makes checks for the secondary. He makes the middle linebacker job so easy. He makes Malcolm Jenkins' job so easy. That's one of the big reasons why they was allowed to move Malcolm Jenkins to a linebacker type role to cover some of these dynamic tackles, because it didn't matter who was at the back end, because you didn't have to check the coverage because Fletcher Cox was going to do it for you. He's been overlooked for so long. Now he's getting the notability. He's the number 1 tackle going into the season, going into this 2018 season.
Fletcher Cox is a bad man, bro.
Yeah,
that's a bad man, bro. Like I said, if anybody got a D tackle, listen, he's not at number 2. At least
he's number 1, baby.
At least he ain't number 2. At least I say until I see it, to me, Aaron Donald comes in that. Maybe you might be right. They may move him to D end.
He's the D end. They running a 3-4. He's the left D end. Dominican Sue is the nose. And Michael Brockers is the right D end. That's what it is.
To me, he's one of the dominant defensive linemen in the game.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Right.
You're smoking crack, bath salts, peyote, all that good shit.
Top defensive lineman in the game.
If you're not saying he wanted
Aaron Donald. To me, that dude is a man child. There's nothing else to be said. This dude is a monster. I can't say nothing much more about him. If you let Snead, I don't know what you're thinking about. Whatever the man asking for.
The man should have been paid already.
Facts.
Yesterday.
On Madden, he been paid. I'm just letting you know.
You signed him?
Fucking right, boy. He look good in that black and gold too, baby. The green trade always work, baby.
I would say probably also look at our guy on the Titans D tackle. I think it's his name Casey. Jarrell Casey.
He plays the 5 technique too. They run a 3-4. He plays right next to Derrick Morgan.
Heck of a football player. Heck of a D lineman.
Now, Michael Daniels is somebody that's close, but he doesn't have no fucking help.
Perry. I mean, as I say, Kenny Clark.
Yeah, but you know they talking about doing what they did with Nick Perry, trying to stand him up and trying to put Clay back in the inside.
Put Kenny Clark up? No.
Yeah, that's what
I know. Jake Ryan just tore his
Kenny
ACL.
Clark threw in some pounds.
They had his ass standing up. Nick Perry was 290 standing up when he first got there.
Nick Perry is different. That's different.
I'm just saying.
Kenny Clark is no.
Look. All I know is on the NFL Network, when they said the cap shirt, they said that when they were talking to him, they said like he might be standing up something this year to put Clay inside. I was like, why? Why?
There's no way.
I was like, why?
Kenny Clark threw in some pounds.
Hey, LeVon Kirkland played fucking middle linebacker for Philadelphia at 310. Blitzing, wearing number 93 with a black shirt.
That was in the early 90s.
Son,
I promise you,
you
ain't gonna see no Kenny Clark standing up for the Packers this year. Promise you that. You see that, they gonna get 30 points a game scored on them.
Shit, they get their first game playing on now with his hand in the hand around. This is a business.
It ain't that much they do to stop the 30 points from on the board.
And Quan Short is another one too, but you know
for the Panthers.
He's inconsistent. Like he has spurts. Like he go good. He's done blocked for 4 games. Next 4 games, he's like, all right. Then the next 4 games, like back at it again. The next 4 games, like, all right. You know, he's too inconsistent for me to make the list. But he's top 10. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, he's a heck of a football player. Like I said, Jerry McCoy, heck of a football player. A lot of very, very, very good dominant D tackles in the game.
But if you ask me who's gonna probably have the best stat line, I think it's gonna be Ayamada.
Hope you're right.
I think it'll be because he's
right.
He's right up next to Cameron, so all eyes gonna go to that man child out there. All slides gonna go there. So you talking about somebody who's athletic, get off, and he showed you the hustle that he got to come in, and he doesn't have to do the heavy work. Charles Davidson will always be the one. Shit, not out.
All I know is I gotta end the show by saying this: Jerry Jones. You turn a $180 million investment into $4.6 million, and you think you could just tell people what they can and what they cannot believe in. And Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, I'm so disappointed in y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and go into detail about who I think should stand for the flag and who I think should kneel and all of this thing, because last year we only had about a little over 20 that kneeled for the flag.
Right.
But all I'm gonna say is that you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Please don't let this man, this slave owner, with this plantation mentality, manipulate y'all mind.
Too late.
Into thinking that it's about doing the right thing and it's all about football and this ain't the right time. God damn it. The NFL has the most ratings out of all the sports. That's the right time because it's when everybody watching.
That's fact.
And for Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott to come out and say the stuff they said, talking about, Zeke said something about culture. Culture?
Zeke.
What goddamn
Dak.
culture you talking about?
Dak.
And, it's disappointing to me to see that happen. Dak Prescott, you're from Louisiana. I understand your mother's white. Your dad is black, and you have a little division going on, and you want to be careful how you handle things. I get it, but if that's what it is, how about just come on and say, look,
I don't have a dog in this fight.
My owner says he wants us to stand for the flag. He doesn't want us to kneel. You know, I feel differently about it, and that's the most I'm gonna see. Don't come out and say and elaborate and say the things that you said, because now you're looking like a
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom. Listen, my closing remarks is, man, LeBron James opened up his school earlier this week.
Big.
That's big time, bro.
Big.
That's a big time. Listen, bro. To me, LeBron James, as far as what he's done as a man on and off the court, I mean, there's nothing else really else you can say. The man built the school for the kids of Akron. Our primary school, there's more recognition that needs to, there's a lot of people who done this before, but LeBron James, what he really did is a testament to him and his character. Again, we talk about him as a basketball player, but what he's done off the court is just as important. I mean, man, to me, he's more than just an athlete. He's an ambassador. There's nothing that's more special I can't say about this guy. The kids of Akron will be indebted to him because he's the one athlete that we, know that say, you know what, man, I'm going to do something for my community that I grew up in. He put a school there. He ain't asked a whole bunch of people to charity and event for. His foundation did it, and he did it. And so you got to give big credit and testament to that man. To me, LeBron James, my heart goes out to you, man. Great job. And you're still an active basketball player. You didn't wait till you retired to get this done. Mm-hmm. You did it during the time of you playing. And I think that's
still in your prime.
He's still in his prime. To me, he said it. This is as big as a compliment as a person, in everything he's done. Congratulations, man. Big testament out to you, bro.
Hey, second NBA player to ever do it, man.
Yeah. Jalen was first.
Jalen don't get enough credit for what
Jalen was first.
He did it in 2011.
And he was still playing.
He's not the public figure like LeBron.
Correct. He don't get, so that's well due, my brother.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off what y'all saying, man, what's so amazing about it, all the kids that finish this school will get a full paid scholarship to Akron University.
Keeping the money in that town.
If your mama and daddy don't have a high school diploma, they can come to this school and get them a GED and get put in position to have jobs. All these kids gonna get bikes because LeBron said he had a bike and that's how he got around Akron. And he missed over 80 days of school at one point. And it was because he didn't have a transportation to get to school. That's the whole purpose behind getting the bikes.
Right.
You gotta commend LeBron. You can hate on him and say you don't like him as a basketball player, but as a man, as an ambassador, as an iconic figure, he is setting a tone for what an athlete should do in sports. When you got that kind of stature, and you're a polarizing figure. This is the kind of things you got to do. And I'm going to tell you something. You can tell it's not something he's doing because he feel like he's forced to do.
No.
Or he feel like, it's going to look good for the media.
No.
It's genuine, bro.
This is genuine.
And if you listen to the speech he did in front of the whole Akron community.
No script.
He ain't have no note cards.
No script. Straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart.
I really appreciate what LeBron is doing. He's setting the stage. I hope that this continues to happen for people that's making money in sports and people that's becoming iconic figures. This is what you got to do for your community. And I'm going to tell you something, man. LeBron James going to forever go down as a iconic figure, not just as a basketball player.
Iconic figure.
But as a man.
Producer, you got that the picture I sent you earlier? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here you go. Now, it's well documented. This is my closing remarks. It's well documented that I coach at A.K.A. High School. And it's well documented that our crosstown rivals is the Kentwood Kangaroos. Always have been, always will be. And we tell everybody up there, when you talk to anybody on the staff, we tell you right front and frank. There's only two people that play football in Tangipahoa Parish. Us and Kentwood. Everybody else is just there. They pretend like it's well documented. We said for news clippings. We said to any reporters that come there. We tell you straight up like there's only two people that play football in Tangipahoa. Kentwood, and they meet. The record shows it. The state championships, the prestige, it all backs it up. But for Coach Jonathan Foster, who's the head coach at Kentwood High School, to call us out, asking us if we ready for August 16th, which is our scrimmage. Tell you like this, Coach, hell yeah, we ready. Ooh. Hell yeah, we ready. You know, to just put us out there like we ain't working. Like we not, like we just because of the kids that we got, that they going to different camps and all this stuff, getting they just do that our team is not ready for what's about to happen on August 16th. Look, let me tell you, it's gonna be a bloodbath. All right, I'm saying it right in the camp. It's gonna be a bloodbath. You know, we live this. We die hard, and we know what y'all got. We know what y'all bring to the table. So just to think that we overlooking y'all, you're sadly mistaken. And Coach Gordon did the best rebuttal I've ever seen. Yesterday was our media day. You know, we took all our serious pictures, but then we took a picture letting the kids have fun. And Coach Foster put his picture up. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all ready. You know, we put our picture up with our kids laughing. Like it's not even a thought if we ready or not. We from the mentality, you just put the damn ball down. We don't care where at. You put the ball down on the goddamn I-10. We give us a referee, lace it up, blow the horn. We ready. So, my closing remark: if you're in the damn Tangible Hole area, come to under the damn tower where they quote unquote don't lose under the tower on August 16th. And we gonna show you how the kangaroos gonna hop back to the goddamn veterinarian shop. Coach Hurricane hit.
Interesting words.
Interesting words. August 16th. It's going down, baby. Tangible Hole Parish.
Goddamn it, football season is here.
Preseason.
I don't know what y'all thought it was.
Hall of Fame game.
G Sports about to put goddamn 100,000 miles on that goddamn Charger, Challenger, every damn thing. Damn iPad gonna be filled up within 30 seconds because it's goddamn football season, baby.
It's football season.
It's
baby.
here.
It's here.
Excited.
Ain't no turning back now. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. Like Gregory Brooks said, he want to see Hornville. I want to see football. It's on and popping. Coach Hen, he want to see Kentwood. It's on, baby. It's on.
And Kentwood first, Southern Lab next.
Greasy. I like it. About that mess.
Hey, about football. Hey, to everybody out there, I won't be here the next 2 weeks because next week we in Pass for the first day, and then August 16th. Just told you why.
About that drama.
Hey, get how you live.
Get how you live. Listen, this is your boy Fred, signing out.
G Sports, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Be ready for next week, man. We got an impactful show for y'all. Ponchatoula, big time quarterback.
Say it again.
Class of 2020.
Say it again.
TJ Finley, LSU commit. He will be calling on the show. Y'all stay tuned for that next week, man.
Next week.
We signing out.
Coach Hurricane here, baby. Keep it real.
Y'all have a great night. Next week.
Bye-bye, Urban.
Urban knows.
Urban knows. What they gonna make it?
I just